Ready? Hi, everyone. Welcome to Great and Good News. Hey, Tammy. Thanks for being here. Today we're set up a little different, as you can tell. It's me and Sam today, and that will be the case for the next this show and then the next two. Jeff is currently traveling the country, I think. I'm not sure where he is right now, but he's out of town. So it's me and Sam that will bring you the show. So we'll have a little different feel, a little different twist. We won't have some of our standard stuff, but we're going to have fun and talk. And we want to hear from you guys. We do this show every Tuesday and Thursday from noon to 1 here in Texas, just outside of Dallas in Waxahachie, Texas. That's Central Standard Time. We do the show live. We have plenty of people that watch it live, but most folks watch it when they get home from work or whenever, because it's always available on Facebook, Waxahachie Sun Facebook, Great Good News Facebook, YouTube,
YouTube,
and the others.
all that stuff.
We're on all the major social media platforms. Sammy is my son. If you haven't figured that out, I'm very proud of him. Sammy is also a let's see, a new and growing fast columnist, a sports columnist, and we'll talk a little bit about what his column is this week. But on the show, we talk about a lot of different things. We like to have fun. This is our 151st episode, so one of the standard things we always do, and we'll do today, is that we take the last two numbers of the episode, and Sammy goes out and finds the best athletes in the four major sports, although I have hockey today, and tells us who wore that number. In this case, it's number 51. Tammy says, great to see you. And not just, yeah. Hey, Terry,
Hey, Tammy.
welcome to the show. Yeah, Sammy produces and directs and handles all of the show from the behind the scenes, but we're going to have him more in front of the scenes from time to time. So there you have it. All right, number 51
51.
in what sport? Football?
Starting with
Well,
football.
we got to start with Dick Butkus
Yeah, I didn't know him.
of the Bears. Oh, yeah, you wouldn't know him because
Yeah.
way before your time. But he was a
He was on that.
beast.
Was he on that Bears team? Not the
He
greatest
was way
team.
before that.
Oh, yeah.
But he was a beast. He was set the linebacker standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We got Butkus and then Sam Mills
Yeah,
for the
for the
Panthers.
Panthers, yeah.
Jim Ringo played in the 50s for Green Bay.
I don't remember him.
Well, that's your prime.
Man,
That
speaking of Sammy, he's no longer a part of the show. Um,
was a good one. All right, Brian Cox for the Dolphins
yeah, man,
and
he played when I lived in Buffalo. I lived in Buffalo most of the 90s, and Brian Cox played for the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
And you talking about 75,000 fans that despised Brian Cox. Buffalo fans hate him. I
Really?
swear. If you mention two names at least, there are plenty of others, but if you mention Tom Brady in Buffalo and Brian Cox in Buffalo, you
Well,
just sit down because you're going to get it.
what did Brady do?
Beat the Bills way too many times.
Well, he's done that
Plus,
to everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
true. But back then Brady was younger. Uh, I don't know if Maury's watching the show, but Maury could tell you why to hate. But
Yeah.
hockey,
Yeah.
and they won a lot,
Yeah.
So and they Bills were four straight Super Bowls, didn't win any,
Yeah.
and Brady won what, six or seven, something
Yeah.
like that. So all right, what else?
All right, NBA. I got two.
Let me think.
You should
51. That is a weird number
well,
for
you know one. He played for the Mavericks, and he's not a very good player, but he's funny. He's a culture guy.
Oh, was it big tall? What's his name?
Boban.
Boban.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the best,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, he's 7 feet something.
He wore 51. And then this guy named Reggie King for it.
Yeah, Reggie
So
King. That was back in the day. I remember Reggie
yeah.
King. All right, baseball. That would be Ichiro.
Yeah, Ichiro
He-
Suzuki.
Yep.
We got Randy Johnson.
Yep. The big. You know what they call Randy Johnson? His nickname,
What?
Big Unit.
Big unit.
He was about 6'10", 6'9",
Oh, he's a
left-hander,
pitcher? Gee, he's in a long sport.
and he could throw heat, man, with the left-hander people. He scared people at the plate.
Yeah.
I you
Kind of like
couldn't
a
pay me
Roldis
enough to get.
Chapman.
Yeah, a lot like that, but better.
Better, yeah.
He was a starting pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it for NBA. We got oh no, we're on the MLB. Randy Johnson. We got Trevor Hoffman
Yeah, yeah,
for the Padres.
yeah,
We got Bernie Williams.
yeah. Center fielder for the Yankees.
Willie McGee,
Willie McGee would have been for the
Cardinals.
Cardinals, a left fielder.
And then Johnny Damon for the
Johnny Damon,
Royals.
center fielder for the.
Royals.
Well, he played for the. He started out at Boston.
Oh yeah.
He had long hair,
Yeah.
and then he went to the Yankees, which is the enemy. And the Yankees didn't back then allow any facial hair or long
Yeah,
hair.
they still don't, I don't think.
There was
Or you can
some,
have like a mustache?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can have a mustache. All right, and then hockey. Again, hockey. Not that you guys care. I know Jeff loves his hockey, but hockey. The only notable one that wore 51 is a guy named Brian Campbell. He played for Buffalo, ironically, and Chicago. And then the others, I'm just going to tell you because I like to say the names. Fran Nielsen. Sammy, say that name.
Valtteri
Yeah, that's what I
Filppula.
thought.
Filppula.
Valtteri Filppula.
No,
Yeah.
mine was
Okay, here
better.
you go. Say that name.
Andrei Kavalenko.
Very good.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
then let's see if you, oh, that's it.
I can read
Well, you can read. That's not the problem. The problem is
or
how you
pronounce it. Yeah,
pronounce.
whatever.
Yeah. So there you have it for the sports. All right. We got plenty to talk about today. And although we have some segment topics that we want to get to, we have struggled getting to them because there's so much to talk about. And we have just ongoing conversations about some of these issues because a lot of these issues are just key or central to what's going on in America. And I think I'm going to start with the idea that we're not idea, but the ideal of this country, and that is that we are a God-fearing country. We're based the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, all the things that established America based on the principles of God. We have drifted far from that in some circles, in many, in growing number of circles. And so we see all this stuff that would have has nothing to do with God. It doesn't come close to any of his principles, but at the core, at the foundation, our heartbeat is the principles that God gave the founders of this country, and then they built this country on those principles. The farther we get from that, the more we become comfortably numb to the greatness of America. So with the World Cup now in America, and the World Cup is played where?
It's played in Canada, USA, Mexico.
In Mexico. Yeah. So I know there are
There's three
three
hosts.
three hosts, and then I know there are Philadelphia, Dallas,
We got Atlanta, Boston,
Los Angeles,
Seattle.
Seattle.
That's all I
Uh,
think.
yeah, and I don't know how many
Yeah.
games are played. I want to say 16 games are played in the United States.
Oh, yeah. I'm not
I'm
sure.
so pretty much it's not pretty much every single day there are usually four games from around either the country or in Toronto in Canada. I don't
Mm.
know what the other spot in Canada is where they're
Yeah.
playing.
I don't know. And I don't know about Mexico either. But
Guadalajara
oh,
or Mexico City. So as you may have seen, and if you haven't, you ought to take a look at any video you can about these foreigners coming over to support their team. And it's not like, I mean, we're big Dallas Cowboy fans. I'm a big Buffalo Bills fan, big Alabama fan. Sammy is a big SMU fan, so he's able to go see those games. But Sonia and I, my wife, we don't jump on a plane every week and go, see my teams play. Sonya couldn't care less probably, but well, she couldn't. But uh, when it comes to soccer, I mean, fans from all over the world come and stay here for long periods of time, almost as well as long as their team is in the World Cup. And these fans are coming here and embracing the ideal of America and are having a blast.
and if their team makes it to the final is until July 19th.
Yeah, so we got another month
And
of
this started I think the 17th
of
of this month.
well, last Thursday.
Yeah, so last Thursday, right? Or no, 2
No, it
weeks ago.
started. Yeah, I
2
think
weeks
2 weeks
ago.
ago.
So that's a long time being in the
Yeah,
USA or wherever.
but the what's amazing is to watch these fans just post video upon video about one their amazement at things, proportionately, whether it be the size of a state. Like one, Sonia shared with me a video of a guy talking, an English guy talking about how he was saying we can drive from London to here to there to there to there to there in England and still we will have driven less than it would take to go from one side of the state of Texas to the other.
Yeah,
And he was in awe about that. He couldn't get
yeah.
his hand around it,
Yeah,
or head around
the
it.
Japan they had a game in Dallas, and it is so funny if you go watch videos on TikTok about them going up to interviewers. They're like I don't speak English, but I am excited. And they just, they shout Japan, Japan. But yeah, there's videos this guy named Bob, or I think they just call him Bob, but he's a Japan fan and he's going around. He went to Terry Black's in Dallas and
Yeah.
he's enjoying his time here. I
Yeah,
tell you that.
it is inspiring. And so we're conservative here, and Sammy's been a conservative all 20, almost 22 years next month of his life. And I've been a lifelong conservative. I don't much say anymore that I'm a Republican, just that I'm a conservative because I think some Republicans have gone off the reservation. Uh, but I think by and large, conservatives in America are right there with these foreigners, saying, "Yeah, see,
Yeah.
we want to hear this stuff. You watch any talking head show, whether it's Good News or anything else, from the best, biggest to the smallest, and this is a topic. And these, what if you're watching, say, Fox? I mean, they'll lead in with what these people are saying, these foreigners are saying, and it inspires people. It
Hmm.
inspires me.
Yeah.
It's like, why are we overlooking this anymore? Why do we take it for granted? And I'm pointing the finger as much at me as anybody, but why do we take it for granted? And we got to stop taking it for granted. If it means the World Cup coming here and we get to experience the experience of fans from across the world, then I'm all for it. So I say to the left, which I know people get angry with me about, siloing uh, the left, but the left hates America in many ways. I mean, there were two elected officials in Congress were asked who they hope win the World Cup. You know what they
Um,
said?
Portugal and France.
Mexico,
I
and
can't.
I think the other one, I can't remember, Croatia, something like that. These are people who represent the people of this country.
I've never been more patriotic right now because of the World Cup, you
Exactly,
know?
exactly. And we got the 4th of July and 250 coming up,
Mhm.
which the World Cup will cover,
Mhm.
will be played during that time in our history, in a couple of 2 or 3 weeks. But I mean, we got the left that picking other countries they want, not that they think will win, but they want to win. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a big difference
Yeah.
because I mean, America has got a very good team this year, and they're 2-0, and they got a game Thursday night, and so they're into what they call they'll
Then
be in the knockout
yeah.
round. So the team that loses goes home. You're done. Whereas up until the knockout round, it's a round robin kind
Yeah,
of
they call it
deal.
the group stage. They play
Yeah.
games and whatever.
So those who come out of the group stage as all these different groups, 'cause I think there are 40 some odd
Yeah, there's
teams.
48 teams. They expanded it, I guess in 2022 or something, but
Yeah,
there's a
so
lot of
they
teams.
group them into the A, B, C, D, E,
Yeah.
F, all, and then they whoever comes out the best in those groups then go on to the knockout part of it. It's almost like the College World Series in baseball,
Mhm.
which we do need to mention. But these fans are just, I mean, it is hilarious. Sonia watches them and gets a kick out of them.
It
I
is.
mean, it isn't. So if you need to be inspired today about how great your country is, just go to YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, you name it, or just Google AI, or Google and put in videos of foreigners loving America, and you will be amazed. You will be inspired. You will be reminded of how great this country is and why we should never ever take it for granted. And we shouldn't do that anyway because so many people, men, women, gave their life for what these foreigners are
Mhm.
experiencing. But
Mhm.
it is awesome to see.
It's
And these people that are in Texas, particularly in Dallas, I mean, they don't know what to think of the Metroplex. They were
oh
in
my
Texas
goodness.
Live. You were
Yeah.
telling me, and then I saw a video of them. We've been there. We've
Yeah.
sat right in there and watched games and things like that. It's a wonderful little setting. It's not huge, that restaurant area, but it's open. And so, but they were jammed in there like sardines.
And one of the big ones is the highways. The big,
Yeah,
big long. That's a big thing with
they
the
love it.
Japan. They're like, what am I looking at
Yeah,
right now?
yeah.
Um,
And the other thing about one other thing about Japan, and we may have talked about this last week on our show, but the Japanese custom is that when you go somewhere in public, uh, much like it's the same thing in their own personal dwellings and homes, but you clean up after yourself. So even the Japanese soccer
oh
team,
yeah, oh yeah.
and I think they're playing here in Dallas. They were,
They did.
they
I don't know
did.
if they are again.
Yeah, so they I saw pictures of the locker room. It was pristine,
Yeah,
spotless.
they do that. I assume for everywhere they go,
Well,
every sport, whatever they do
yeah,
is
so the players clean up their locker room, and then the
in the
fans
stand. In the
clear
stand.
up or clean up their own area where they set, which can be very big areas because there's so many fans. But it's just
Yeah, it's a good
incredible.
thing to see. It
Yeah, I
really
mean,
is.
what would be well, we're being reminded of two things. One, the reason to be patriotic and to be inspired by this great country that is America, and that we are blessed with the opportunity to be able to call ourselves Americans.
Mm-hmm.
And we also, at some point need to stop and look at these customs and traditions in other countries that are far more respectful than, you compare a Japanese area or people, an area of a venue or an arena or stadium where Japanese people sit, and then you compare it to where Americans sit. There's no comparison, largely
Yeah,
because we know people are going to clean it up for us. We don't care,
yeah.
and it's just amazing to me. So the World Cup is quite the experience. If you haven't been watching it, I told Sammy and Jeff, I may have said it last week, but if I wanted to see 11 guys, I think there are 11 guys on a team,
On the
spend
field.
yeah,
Oh
on the
no, yeah,
field,
yeah.
on the field. Yeah. If I wanted to see 11 guys, you know, spend 2.5 hours
Try to score.
and not score, I would go to the bar with a bunch of my friends. That's just the way it is.
Yeah,
But because last night I was watching a little bit of
Norway,
Norway and
Iraq.
Iraq, and it was so. Oh man, I'm like, dude, do something. And the only reason I was watching is because you were telling me about that
Yeah, early.
Thor-looking dude. I
Yeah,
think he looks like Thor.
yeah, yeah. He does, and people call him like Channing Tatum too a
Oh,
lot.
do they?
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh, Norway's got this big stud on their team. So it's just a great experience. It happens every 4 years. It doesn't happen here in America uh, very often. So this is not maybe
we've
it's more than
been
once in a lifetime.
we've been waiting since 2018 is when they announced that it
Right.
would be coming to the United
Yeah.
States. So,
So I don't know the last time it was ever here in the United States. We should. Hey,
hey,
Susan.
Susu.
Hey, thanks for being here. So I don't know. I don't know when the last time it was in America, but it's an incredible experience. So there you have it on the World Cup.
World Cup.
It's awesome. Uh, Real quick, the College World Series last night it did go down to Game 3.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know the
Best of
results.
three. Oklahoma won handily in the first game. North Carolina
Oh,
came back and won the second game. Went to Game 3 last night,
give
and
me North Carolina.
Oklahoma won 13-2.
Oh my, 13-2,
Yeah, so Oklahoma
dude.
Oklahoma took control, and the only reason I'm okay with that is because it's the SEC.
Yeah,
They're part of
but
the
I
SEC
don't.
now.
I'm not an Oklahoma guy.
It,
I'll
it
tell
was
you.
over. It was over in the second
Yeah,
inning.
how did it's like a game seven? It's like you
Yeah,
go
it
all
just
series and
you have a bad game. There are two pitchers. They're twins. They're Mercurius is one of their names, and LJ is the other one.
okay.
I think that's their. I know that's one of them's first name. I think Mercurius is the other one's first name. I can't
Yeah.
remember the last name, but they are stud pitchers, and one of the freshmen. Well, they're both freshmen, and one of them pitched last night, and he was
Well,
stout.
yeah. I mean, two
So
runs. You know.
yeah, so we have the World Series. We have that's now over. U.S. Open. Sammy's going to show you a video in just a second, but the U.S. Open is one of four major golf tournaments, and I love all four of them. The last one of the year is coming up in July in Britain. It is what used to be called the British Open. It's just simply called the Open now. But this past weekend was the U.S. Open in Shinnecock Hills, uh, at Shinnecock Hills Country Club outside of New York City. And if you recall, for those of you that like golf, but even if you don't, this is a story you ought to be aware of. The Ryder Cup, which is every 2 years, a big tournament between Europe players, the best players in Europe and the best players in the United States. It was held at Bethpage Black, which is also a course near New York City, and it got rude and rowdy and disrespectful and cantankerous. And so here we get to this tournament. The guy that led every day, which is rare anymore, particularly in a major, a guy named Wyndham Clark, who last year missed the cut at the U.S. Open in Pittsburgh at Oakmont, and he was so frustrated he damaged the locker room uh, through his club at one point. I don't know if it was the same incident, but maybe for another reason, but through his club, through a T-Mobile sign. So he definitely had some issues off the course as well as on the course. He's a story of redemption, which I have a big heart for stories of redemption. Uh, as long as that's not, it's real redemption, not something where people are just given 15 chances at the same thing.
Yeah.
But in this case, Wyndham Clark, who I don't particularly like, but he came down this Sunday and he was up by 6
What
strokes.
would that be in like an NBA game?
Well, it's hard to overcome it. It'd be like the Spurs.
Like up
Yeah,
30, 29, or
yeah, up
something like that.
25.
25. Okay.
And so Wyndham Clark's up by 6 strokes with 18 holes, the last round to play, and he stumbles along. Other players catch up to him, so it comes down to really the last 2 or 3 holes for him to play really well, or he's going to lose this tournament.
Yeah.
Tournament at which he was winning
And
by
how,
7 strokes,
how
six
old is
strokes.
Clark?
Clarkson is upper 20s.
20. Okay.
Some he's in his 20s. I don't know
Yeah.
what his age is. But I mean, he was getting heckled and he was being treated rudely. So was Rory McIlroy again. Uh, Wyndham Clark didn't respond. McIlroy does respond sometimes, and we're going to show you a video here in just a minute. But I just say to the New York fans, I mean, get real. I mean, let the guys just play. You don't have to every time he gets up to the ball to hit a shot, or after he hits a shot, you scream, go in the water, go in the trap, go in the what they call their vescue, the big tall grass. They make fun of these players and so on and so forth. I mean, it's kind of cowardly to know that you're not going to get in trouble or get confronted by a player physically because you're saying some awful things to him. Eventually, some of these fans got thrown out.
Yeah.
But let's show the McIlroy. This is just McIlroy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
So
Mac.
Roy McIlroy, this is an example. Same thing happened to Wyndham Clark. McIlroy didn't have a very good final 2 rounds. He made the cut, but didn't do very well. And this is an example of what happened in at Shinnecock Hills.
Get in the bunker! Bunker! Get in the bunker! I hope you live there today!
So the guy screaming, get in the bunker, get in the bunker. First of all, he's an idiot. I think that's fair for all of us to say. Second, I think it's pretty safe to say he was drunk. Thirdly, I always try to imagine myself in that predicament. Am I going to just walk on down knowing who I am? Am I going to walk down after I hit it and he's screaming like a fool? Am I going to walk down the green of the fairway and not say anything? I think up until a certain point, yes, I can ignore it. But there comes a point when I'm like, dude, the best way for these players to handle these guys is don't get into back and forth with them because, pardon the French here, but you can't win a pissing match with a skunk.
Yeah.
And so Roy didn't go back and forth, although at the Ryder Cup he did. In this case, he saw the guy, knew who he was, and just was pointing at his belly like the guy was very big.
Yeah. My thoughts are if you're getting chirped and you hit a shot and it's a really, really good shot, yeah, turn around and tell them to be quiet. I like that. But if you're not playing good, kind of like Rory was, you kind of just
Yeah.
got to say to yourself, like, my game has to shut him up. I gotta lock in.
Yeah, that I think that's probably more the case in that example. Although Wyndham Clark, they were saying it on every shot. Great shots, bad shots, whatever shot. They were
Yeah.
wanting it to go in the water, in the trap, in the rough. They were wanting him to struggle, wanting him to lose,
Yep.
making fun of his struggles last year, um, his psychological struggles, and that enough's enough. But I say Wyndham Clark, when he was interviewed after the round or after the win, said, "I know the New York fans here hate me." He said, "But I love you guys, and this is redemption. This is a process of redemption for me. I made some terrible mistakes last year, and I'm sorry." So he handled it really well and classy.
Is that why he was getting chirped because he was
Yeah, because he never got it before. He won the U.S. Open in 2023, and he was well liked
well, why specifically do the New York, like, why was he getting
because
chirped?
he
Because he did some stuff, or like, does he
yeah,
have
because
mileage?
he lost his cool, and
Oh,
no, these
okay.
courses
Yeah,
are
yeah.
are Many of them are old.
Mhm.
Many of them are very exclusive. Shinnecock Hills is one of the most exclusive courses in
I
America.
forgot you said he damaged some stuff.
Yeah, at Oakmont, he went berserk in the locker room, and you just don't do that
Yeah.
to the. I mean, if you do that at Masters in Augusta,
Oh,
you'll be banned.
I would think he'd go to jail, man.
Well, that too, but I can't remember what Wyndham Clark's punishment was for what he did at Oakmont, but I know he may be banned from there
Okay.
too. So when it comes around, because it's about every 8 or 9 or 10 years that these courses come back up. Like next year's at Pebble Beach in California, they're on a rotation. So whenever it comes back to Oakmont, it may be that Wyndham Clark is banned and can't play at, at Oakmont, because when you win a U.S. Open, you're automatically
Invited.
invited to the next, I think, 5 U.S. Opens,
Okay.
regardless of how you're playing. So there you have it on the U.S. Open and fans going berserk. I'm going to shift gears here. Let me go back to the World Cup and the people coming to America. Sammy, if you'll cue up the
Oh.
Viking stuff.
Oh yeah.
So one of the Scandinavian countries, and I don't know, I don't I only know Norway has a team, but I don't know if like I know Sweden,
Switzerland.
Switzerland, Finland. I don't know if Finland
They
has a
have a team.
team.
They're just a lot of them don't qualify.
Yeah, so I don't know
So
if they're here.
no, I know Finland's not.
But the Norwegian team is here and they're doing well. And so their fans have a tradition like unlike I've ever seen. And it is incredible.
It's the
It can
best
give
thing.
you chills. So Sammy found a video. This is it. It's called the Viking something.
The row.
The Viking row. Watch these fans. I mean, you're going to be shocked. Just watch them. There you go. Is that not so? That is just cool. You know, loving Alabama the way I do. We have our traditions at game day, at the game, before the game, after the game, all that sort of things. And some traditions that are physical, that are verbal. I've never seen. It's nothing like that. Those. And so now that's taken hold. Matter of fact, I was watching Fox. Sonia and I were watching Fox News last night with Jesse Waters, and he was showing people that work at Fox,
Yeah.
some of the anchors and stuff, sat down on the floor with some of the player or fans of and we're doing that, and they were all out of sync, but it was hilarious.
I'm pretty sure the Vikings, the Minnesota Vikings, have something like that, don't they?
I don't
They
know.
go and then they clap up here.
Oh,
They go boom, boom. So it's like a Viking thing. So
yeah,
I
but
know, but I like the row
it
better.
doesn't compare to that
Yeah,
because
no.
I would remember it.
Yeah.
But that is called the Viking Row, and I say to Waxahachie Creek High School that will open maybe in a couple of years. The Buffaloes, y'all need to come up with something really cool. And the Bills, I've been to many of Buffalo Bills games. Uh, as you know, the buffalo is the mascot, and there are lots of traditions there. But nothing to me compares to that right
Yeah.
there. That is,
And you didn't even know we were on the phone last night and you hadn't seen it before. And I
I
told you
mean,
to look at the
I had
TV.
heard about it, but I had not seen it. It was
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
Yeah. Pretty intimidating.
I'm impressed with people. Carl, I mean, not Carl, but Carmelo Anthony. We're not going to beat this horse any more than we need to. We're going to make it brief. But I wrote a column about Carmelo Anthony, and I swear, for you people that get on there and comment back to me or post that it was self-defense and I don't have my facts straight and blah blah blah. I just, you're not going to. I laugh. I've gotten to a point where I can just laugh that nonsense off, because this kid, now that we've all seen the videos of the knife, we've seen the pictures of the knife, we've seen videos of him being arrested, we've seen videos of him running down the bleachers, the coward that he is. We've learned more about the family. This is a guy, a kid, punk, thug that murdered another kid who didn't deserve it, and Carmelo Anthony should have gotten life. 35 years isn't enough, in my opinion. So, anything you got to say on that?
No, I would agree with you. I don't think it's enough. 35 years. I would say he better serve it all. if it's going to be 35, it better serve it all.
Yeah, we'll see what happens to him. And I don't, there aren't that many cases of 17-year-old young men. In this case, Carmelo Anthony isn't very big, going into an adult prison, men's prison.
Well,
So,
how old Kohlberger? Is he older? Is he
well,
not?
he was in college and studying to have for a PhD.
Yeah.
So he was in his mid 20s,
Okay.
which I don't know the average age of a prisoner, but particularly I would assume he's in a maximum security prison.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't have a good feeling for Carmelo Anthony. So the point I'm making is he's 17 now. He's got to serve at least 17 and a half years in the state of Texas before he's eligible for parole, and he'll be 35 or so. And so, will in these 17 years he become a better person or a worse person? We'll see.
Yeah. When it reaches 17, is it like right on the 17 year he gets parole, or is that when he
No, he
becomes
goes
eligible?
eligible. So
So
he's
it
got to
takes
go
time.
before a parole board, usually of three people, state your case with your attorneys, with character witnesses and prison officials to learn what kind of prisoner have you been,
Yeah.
what kind of person do you appear to be now, and that sort of thing. So,
And it takes time.
yeah, the chances of him being a better person after 17 years in prison, it seems to me the odds are against him because he's so impressionable.
Yeah.
If he were 50 years old and got a long sentence, it may be that you can get in there and understand that you need to become better. But this guy's impressionable.
Yeah.
He's immature, obviously. So we'll see.
Okay.
But they can deny it, and then he's got to go serve the rest of it.
Hope so.
Yeah. So there we are with Carmelo Anthony. Obama Library. I don't know if you've
You
seen
see Eddie?
this hideous beast. You have a picture of it, right?
No, the
Go.
library.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
Oh
I forgot to
Lord.
show you the library, the picture, but I did find a picture of it.
You found a picture of the
Yeah.
yeah. So if you haven't seen or heard about, I'm going to read something to you. But Obama, as all presidents do, I don't know about what Biden if he'll have any luck doing it, but these presidents create, build, provide, and make available to Americans that want to come and pay a price and tour a museum or what they call libraries. Bush has one right here in Dallas. Ronald Reagan's is in California. Obama's is in Chicago. Trump, I don't know, his probably be in Florida when it's all said and done. But these are funded uh, behemoths in many examples. With Obama, given his narcissism and his arrogance, his is outrageous. Let me just give you a couple of facts here. First of all, well, I'll get to that at the end. The project's cost has reportedly grown from an original estimate of about $330 million to at least 850 million. And the final cost has not been exact cost has not been released. They just had grand opening of it last week on Thursday or Friday, I think
Yeah,
Thursday.
a Dallas Mavericks player posted on his Instagram he was in the basketball court, right? Because there's a court in there.
The basketball court in there. So do you have pop that picture up?
Uh,
So if you haven't seen it, this is the picture of
I have
the
an outside view.
huh?
I have like an outside view of it,
I don't know what that means.
like over the top. That right there.
Oh yeah, so there it is. It's on the left, and you see that top right quadrant, and that goes around the building. That is a speech. But the problem is, it just looks like like a word search. You don't know what you're reading. It's too hard to tell. It's just ugly as you know what, and it cost 500 or 600 million more than what it was supposed to, and reportedly that these contractors who built this beast are not getting paid. One subcontractor, Mike Owen of Adamson Plumbing, has said that he is owed nearly $4 million because of delays, rework, and more than 100 change order requests. Other contractors claim losses ranging from hundreds of thousands of dollars to tens of millions. Under the city agreement with Chicago, the Obama Foundation was required to create an endowment as part of its 99-year deal to control 19.3 acres. That's what that sits on for a one-time payment of $10. Let's see what else here. Critics argue that if the endowment is not properly funded and the center later faces financial problems, Chicago or Illinois taxpayers could eventually be exposed. The Obama Foundation disputes that taxpayers are at risk, says it is complying with the city agreement, and says the center is fully funded through private contributions, much like if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor BS. We heard from this man when he was in office. The foundation also says it plans to make significant investments into the endowment in coming years. It's awful. And what's interesting is that beyond what I just shared with you is there's not one presidential document in that place that you can see. There's no, I mean, you go into George Bush, I've not been there, but I've had friends have been there. You go into the Bush Library and you can see actual documents. You can see things about 9/11. You can see things um, about, the actual documentation or actual items.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want to see. At least I do. I don't want to go and see a basketball court where Obama thinks he's, Magic Johnson all over,
Yeah.
or some other narcissistic piece of that. I don't care. I could not care less. You have to pay me a lot of money to go to the Obama Library. But this is on Indian land, so we heard about all that hoopla from Billie Eilish back at the Oscars or
Oh,
Grammys or
jeez.
whatever, where it's stolen land. Well, these guys came out when a grand opening last Thursday said, we want to honor the folks upon which this land, the Native Americans upon which this uh, library is built. And you want to say, well, if you want to honor them, give them their land
Yeah.
back. Don't take it from them and build something like this on it. It's just insane to me. And for those people out there that still think Obama was something special, Obama was nothing special, is nothing special. And as time goes on, his lousy legacy will continue to be exposed. It's just awful. And the dynamics now going on between he and Michelle and that whole mess is just, it's almost poetic justice. So there you have it on the Obama Library. How about the reflecting pool in Washington, D.C.? So having pardon the personal reference, but having lived there in the early 2000s, I enjoyed every aspect of living in Washington D.C. It was happened to be single at the time. Sammy's mom and I were getting divorced then, but it was then, and it went south, so to speak, until Trump came in and cleaned all parts of the city back up. But when I was there, I loved it. I mean, I lived in a place where I just go a high rise and I would go down from my apartment down to the basement, catch the metro, and 7 stops later, I was coming out of the metro underground, and a block away was my office building, and so I was there. Never had to use my car for any reason, really, hardly unless I needed to go outside the city, which there's really no reason to. And so, having seen all the monuments, having been to uh, Arlington National Cemetery many, many, many times, and just being in awe, being at the World War II monuments and seeing the reflecting pool back then, the Thomas Jefferson Memorial, the Abraham Lincoln Memorial, all those things are Washington Monument are just for me, they're awe inspiring, and I loved it. Uh, and so Trump comes in and says, I'm going to clean this place up. And one of the things I'm going to clean up is this reflecting pool. So if you stood at the, as I recall, if you stand at the Lincoln Memorial, I may have this wrong, so forgive me if I do, but you stand on one end of the pool, which is a long, 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 long pool, and along the pool are the honors given to those who fought in war, and at the other end of it is the Washington Monument, and that's a reflecting pool, meaning that when the sun shines or the sky's looking down, it's beautiful to look at. It's not like some
Okay.
scummy pond.
Yeah, I
But
didn't know what that meant. A
yeah,
reflecting.
a reflecting pool. So you're able to look at it and it reflects back what is near it. So
Okay.
you can see the Washington Monument, you can see the blue sky, so you get the color. The oceans, by example, you probably didn't know this, Sam, but the oceans, the water anywhere, water is just water, it's clear. But if it's clean, it's reflecting what's above it. So the reason you see a blue ocean or think of the ocean as being blue or
Yeah, it's
teal
the
or whatever
sky.
is it's reflecting the sky. In this case, it's reflecting the things
Okay.
around it. So Trump says it's scummy, it's dirty, it's nasty. Even the tiling around it, the marble around it is bad. So he spent what $15 million, which liberals going crazy over $15 million makes me laugh like I don't have any sense because they'll spend easy hundreds of millions of dollars on stupid stuff that we don't care about. In this case, Trump cleans it up, and they having a hissy fit over $15 million. So now the reports come out, and CNN and MSNBC or whatever it's called now are hilarious because they wouldn't send reporters to the border. They wouldn't send reporters to any other catastrophe, but they are obsessed with this reflecting pool. So last night we were watching it and we were seeing segments of these reporters with as serious as could be, just reporting news like they had reported a nuclear bomb somewhere. And it was about the reflecting pool. And part of that, they didn't, the left leaning media, I wouldn't even say leaning, I would say the left media, like CNN and MS Now and others, they don't include what you're about to see. But here's an example of the morons that are believing that Trump has wasted all this money when in fact what's happened is that vandals have gone into that pool, poured in chemicals. They have actually been caught taking knives and cutting the sealant or what goes over the foundation of the pool. One of the reporters was leaning over last night and he was ripping it. I'm like, dude, stop ripping it. But they don't bother to tell you that. They don't bother to tell you it's vandalism. They just say what Trump did was lousy. Trump's one of the best, most iconic builders in all the world. Like, I think the guy probably knows how to make a reflecting pool a good reflecting pool. But these people have lost their mind. And if you think America, uh, in some circles, unfortunately, growing number of circles, hasn't lost its mind, this will convince you of it right here. Take a look at this video.
Keep us scum around the reflector pool. You can't get rid of the Antifa scum simply by draining us. We multiply just like the algae. And you can't drain our pool. Let's go, algae. Let's go.
Okay, it's not good.
Let's go, algae. Let's go. Give me an A. Give me an A. A. Give me an L. L. Give me a G. G. Give me an A. A. Give me an E. E. What does that spell? Algae. What's smarter than MAGA? Algae. What's smarter than Trump? Algae. Let's grow, algae. Let's grow. Let's grow, algae. Let's grow. Let's grow, algae. Let's grow. Let's grow, algae. Let's grow.
That's good. So there you have it. Name me one other place in your life today, or let's say this week, maybe I'll say this month, where in one sitting, 1 hour long sitting, you get the Viking row and you get a cheering of algae. And I'm impressed they knew how to spell it, frankly. But those people are freaks. Now you can say there are only 3 or 4 of them, but there are a lot more of them, and I mean millions more who are thrilled that the pool, the reflecting pool, is in their minds, not I don't even know if it's in their imagination, is was built or cleaned up and redone and renovated in a faulty way, when in fact it's from every report I've seen, by every credible account, it's vandalism. 5 people have been arrested and will be prosecuted for it. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, on one hand, I'm spending a lot of my life right now defending a young woman named Hannah Dillard, who was railroaded by officials here in Ellis County and is serving an extremely long, punitive, ultra punitive sentence when compared to guidelines and others who for much worse crimes than she committed. So on one hand, I'm saying that's corrupt because you're being vindictively punitive, which is not the role of someone in a courtroom, to saying that these people ought to get, whatever. In this case, I think anybody damaging that pool or any other monument, whether Trump's messed with it or not, you damage a monument anywhere in this country, you ought to get jail time. That includes tearing down statues. If you want to tear down a statue in Wasatch, Texas, back at the George Floyd days, there was talk of that, and it was happening across the country. You should serve jail time.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, these morons. I mean, I think I'm being kind when I call them morons. Chanting. I mean, what lack of self-esteem do you have to do that? On a report last night I saw in New York City for Pride Month, there was a parade, and so the man on the streets, like we talked about doing with you, was out there talking to these people uh, about the reflecting pool, and they're just saying the same thing. And there's hundreds and hundreds and well, maybe thousands upon thousands of people at those parades. They're just like the same. Oh, Trump is an idiot. He can't. The reflection pool is a mess, and it's a awful, that sort of thing. It's just, it is incredible to me
Hear the word Trump.
how that. I mean, and the people in New York were dressed up, painted in purple. They were painted in all different colors. They were dressed up in some freaky costumes. You know how it is. And these people are calling the president of the United States crazy. I mean, if you have a problem, if there was ever a problem with self-assessment or self-awareness or self-esteem, these people are infected and um, inflicted with it.
Walking around in frog costumes.
I wonder what if you took your microphone and on a busy Saturday walked around downtown and say, "What do you think of the reflecting pool in Washington D.C.?" My guess is that you would get some of the people would say, "I'm not sure, and I know what you're talking about," and you'd be polite about it, and they would too. Most people would say, "I think it's awesome." And you may find, the same people that when Beto O'Rourke comes to town act like an idiot. Those same people would say, "Oh, Trump made it," much like that. Eddie says liberalism is lunacy. That's not all it is, but it always is always that. We're going to need more padded rooms. I don't think there are enough padded rooms in America, in the world, to hold all these people. So there you have that. Is there anything other? Didn't we have another something we wanted to show them?
No, we had the Viking row.
Reflecting. Okay, so
Yeah.
I think that was it for uh, our various things I wanted to share, but there's more we want to share. But there you have that. Um, Let me see here. I've got a story. Obama and Knox founders, when Obama introduced his behemoth, hideous behemoth. We need to come up with a name for that. His ogre. There you go. The Ogre Museum. Uh, he said during the dedication of his presidential center in Chicago last Thursday that America's founders fell, quote, terribly short, end quote, of the Declaration of Independence's promise while casting the nation's story as one of generations coming together to make the Union, quote, more perfect, end quote. Quote, the success of this experiment was never a given, close quote, Obama said in his speech. Informing our Union, the founders fell terribly short of the Declaration's promise, leaving slavery intact, allowing states to restrict the franchise to white men who owned property. But in drafting a constitution and a Bill of Rights, they did have the foresight, the genius to provide us with a framework that allows each generation to make our union more perfect, close quote. That's almost Harris word salad stuff. But if there was ever a president who resurrected racism, it was Barack Obama, and it's sick. And when I see this cocky dude talk on TV, or last week at the Ogre Museum dedication, blah blah blah, it makes me want to punch him, and I mean really punch him, because he's such a jackleg when it comes to just his aura. It just makes me sick. So Sammy, you've had your random thoughts. Did you have any random thoughts today? I want because
I think I might have one or three, two or three.
all right, let's hear it.
I gotta find them because I haven't been able to use them. Yeah, this is back whenever this was. I have my first one is incidents like the Kyle Busch incident really show you how unpredictable life can be.
Yes, for sure.
True peace comes from above, and then I need them to stop with the repeating of commercials. I need them to find some kind of flow or something.
Who's them?
I don't know.
On commercials on TV or
Yeah,
on
they're
your
on
yeah.
TV during sports. I mean, I could recite to you during the Maverick season. I could recite to you that wine commercial.
Well, what do you think a commercial is supposed to do?
Well, they got. I mean, dude, 20
Dude,
times a night.
well, let me ask you this.
That's gonna make me
so
not
give
wanna
me a
go
brand.
there.
No, give me. Okay, well, let's not get carried away. Give me a industry, like of a commercial, like auto, wine, whatever. Name one.
Like DoorDash, like food.
Okay, so if I said to you, Sammy, you just got done watching the game, all right? I said, "Are you hungry?" And you say, "Yeah." And I said, "What do you want to do?" What are you gonna say?
Not
You aren't gonna
that.
say
No.
DoorDash. Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
All right, let me try this on
I
you.
promise,
So,
no.
so name me if you want a hamburger right now, just fast food hamburger, and don't play games with me. Just be natural. Where you want to go?
Well, probably Wendy's
All right, jerk.
or
All right,
Whataburger.
all right. So, if you have a runny nose, what are you going to reach for?
A tissue.
Okay. What what else do you call a tissue?
Paper towel.
This isn't going over so well because in every other case I've done it, there are 5 examples and I can't remember the other 3, but the first 2 are like if you walk up to somebody on the street and say, "Hey, let's go get a burger." What do you want? What, what kind of burger? Let's get a burger.
Okay.
Okay, where do you want to go? McDonald's is what normal people say.
Okay.
And people, when you have a cold and you reach for something out of that little box,
Tissue.
people will say Kleenex.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of.
Okay,
Yeah.
Kleenex. What is Kleenex? What is it?
It's a tissue.
It's the actual tissue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not.
It's a brand.
Kleenex
It's
is the
brand.
brand
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
tissue. If you I know what it was. If you're thirsty, let's go get let's go get
Drink.
okay. What kind of drink?
A Sonic drink?
You're just messing with me,
No, I'm not. I
jerk.
don't know what
He's
you're
being
trying
a
to get me to
jerk.
say.
This is why he's not gonna live his full life.
If
You would say Coke.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I
yeah, you
don't
would.
drink Coke.
Yeah, you would. By the way, do you know what Coke originally had in it? And why it's called Coke?
Cocaine?
Very good. Uh, but yeah, people will say, I mean, I
No,
think it's probably now with particularly in Texas where you have so many different brands like Whataburger or Sonic. But back in the day, I used to have to do these things when I worked in newspapers where we would do marketing seminars. So there'd be 100 people in a room, and normally to break the ice, I'd say, you know what, you guys are we're gonna go get a burger after this. Where are we gonna go? McDonald's, everybody. I mean, or you got a cold, what you gonna reach for? Kleenex. You're thirsty. What do you
Well-
want to drink? Coke. Up in Buffalo, people say pop.
Pop, yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
But
no, I get. I just can't.
cucumber water. What in heaven's name? Cucumber water is good. Matter of fact, my wife has
Cucumber
been on me.
Gatorade is good.
Well, Sonia's been on me about not drinking enough water, and so I can't stand water. I don't want to drink
I don't like
stuff
water
that I
either.
don't like. But so I just said, you know what? I'm gonna go on Amazon, which I rarely use, and get me some flavoring specifically for water. So yesterday I got them, and I told you about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I got sweet tea flavoring. It's not sweet tea. It's just the flavor. It tastes like sweet tea in your water, and then strawberry lemonade, lemon because I love lemon juice in my water, and something else. And I'm like, in less than 24 hours,
Well,
I'm addicted to that
What is it
stuff.
like 2 drops or something?
Yeah, I mean, it comes in a tiny little bottle, and it's for hydration too, so you can just squeeze as much or as little as you want.
Mm.
But now the water I have in my office that I've been drinking all day today instead of my normal peach tea, uh, is that strawberry lemonade. And so I'm drinking, getting all the water Sonia's on me about getting, but I'm having fun doing it.
Gotta
And
be
cucumber
hydrated.
water falls in that same thing. I
Yeah.
tell you who has great cucumber water in town is Ann's.
Have you tried
Health.
H2O, the tea place?
Oh yeah,
new-
Sonia brought me some peach tea from
Is it
there.
good?
That's good stuff.
It is.
A
I
little
haven't
bit
tried it.
pricey, but that stuff. If for those of you who live in Waxahachie, if you haven't seen H2O tea, it's it's right by Brahms.
Across from Hibachi-O?
Yeah, Hibachi, across the street from Hibachi. It is very good. I think they have a sit down place in there, but
Yeah.
Sonia's gotten the ginger tea and then peach tea, and both of them were very good. So anyway, the point about you're moaning and groaning as a young man with the world in the palm of your hand. You're moaning about commercials is that you are the perfect response to what those guys want from consumers. You're
If
gonna
I
go.
ever start drinking alcohol, I'm never going to
That's a
Total.
lie,
So
Sam.
I'm never going to Total Wine and More
That's
because I hear it.
that's the first thing you're gonna go to, because you
No.
don't know anywhere. Where else you gonna go? What else are you gonna go? Huh?
Spirit.
Spirit what?
Oh wait, no, I'll just go to a gas station. Yeah, I'll just go to a
You're
gas station.
gonna go find what's been
No,
embedded in your brain,
Spirit
as
is
little
the
as it is.
commercial. No,
Uh,
I can't do, especially when I'm
so,
watching a Mavericks game and they can't score to save their life,
oh,
and they
we
turn
didn't
it
even talk
on,
about that.
and they go to commercial, and it's the same one I've heard 15 times.
You're becoming what they want you to become, and you
No,
don't even know it. So the joke's on
I'm
you.
never going there.
Two more things before we close out today. We didn't talk about Dusty May. Now the contract hasn't been, I don't think, has been signed yet.
No, but it will.
Okay, so Dusty May, the young, believe he used to play
49
for
years old.
how old?
49.
Yeah, I remember when he played.
Oh, I don't even know. I don't
Yeah,
know much. I don't know anything
he
about
was
this.
a good little point guard. He is going to be named. He was the head coach at Michigan. His 2-year record was
Out off the
60
chart.
something and
He lost.
13
No, he lost 3 games.
this year,
Oh,
the
that was
first
the.
year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so over a 2-year span, he was 60 something and 13. Win the national championship last year with
Michigan.
Michigan is now been named going to be named the head coach of the Mavericks,
And
which I think is awesome.
I
I mean, I was
I
for John
love it.
Shire of Duke, but I understand why he wouldn't
Yeah.
want to leave Duke. It's
Well,
not that.
I would have thought it would have been more of Shire than of Dusty. Just won it. He has, he won the champ. I figured he would have stayed.
Yeah, I
Like
just
he's comfortable. I mean, I guess you don't always want to be
different
comfortable,
walk,
but
but so the Mavericks will have a new player, I mean, a new coach tonight is the draft. So
they'll have.
Sammy told me last night, or Kennedy told me, Sammy's girlfriend told me, he's like, it's like Christmas Eve for Sammy. He can't sleep. Well,
I
you told me
can't
you can't
sleep.
sleep.
Yeah, last night was horrible, but we're here and we're gonna have at least 3 new players to add
I
to
need
this
you to do
roster.
something tonight.
Huh?
I need you to do
Well, I
something
tell you
tonight.
what, I'm not doing it.
And
Not
then the
doing
other
it.
thing I wanted to show real quick before we close, the New York Times, if you thought the New
Oh
York
yeah.
Times wasn't slimy, the New York Times, call it, do you have it? Or did I?
No, I have it. Are you gonna
Oh
be able
yeah,
to read
call it.
it? Are you gonna be able to read it?
No, I'm just going to show it.
Oh,
This is the New York Times cartoon on Father's Day. All right, a cartoon, and it's going to be hard for you to see now. Brandon Gill,
shouldn't
who's
be
a
that hard.
great representative from the state of Texas, has the preface there. But that cartoon is of a dad that his little boy or girl, I think it's a girl, asking him, what does that caption say? The little bubble? Yeah. How long have you had breasts? Yeah. So this is the New York Times celebrating Father's Day with a little kid saying to his dad, how long have you had breasts?
That's gotta be
If
the
that is,
weirdest thing.
if that's not
It's just weird.
hell, it's awful. It's just awful.
That's
It's
just
so
weird.
immoral
Why would
to
it?
me.
Yeah, that's weird.
We are sponsored by Hoosier Custom Meats.
Who's a?
Sammy's going to put up
Oh,
the logo and the phone number and the email address. Hoosier Custom Meats is about 30 minutes, maybe 25 minutes down the road in Italy, Texas. They are a family-owned farm. They are very nice people, got great products, get great meat, and I would encourage you, if you're in the market for anything like that, to check out Hoosier Custom Meats in Italy, Texas. Eddie says, I agree with Sammy. Oh, Lord.
yeah.
But for me, it's all the HIV medication. Yeah, that's a little much.
I'm with you. I'm with y'all.
But anyway, you and Eddie agreeing is like, oh my God. So anyway, Hoosier Custom Meats, check it out. Tell them the boys at GGN sent you. And I think that's
No today in
all
history. We ain't
no
got
day in
Jeffrey,
history
so
because Jeffrey's not here and that's his baby. So
yeah.
thank you for being here. We hope you enjoy the show. Sammy and I'll be back on Thursday. We'll have a little bit more to say about the Mavericks and a few other things, but we'll have new topics to discuss. We appreciate and value very much you being here. If you want to subscribe to Grit and Good News, you can go to substack.com for $5 a month. You get a boatload of content. You get our shows, links to our shows. You get, Jeff, you get the audio version of his opinion poems. All of my columns are there.
My call.
Sammy's sports columns. Sammy's sports columns are called The Game Within. He'll have a good one tomorrow on, what was it? On the New York fans, how they acted. So, we're trying to cover the spectrum here, but for $5 a month, you get a boatload of stuff, a real package of content that we put a lot of effort into. So we would appreciate you subscribing. So thank you for being here. We'll be back this Thursday, and we hope until then you have a great day. May God keep the Strength family close. Mr. Strength, Kevin Strength, the former mayor, Mark Hatch's daddy, passed away yesterday suddenly at 86. I love the man, but may God welcome Mr. Strength into heaven. So with that, thank you for being here. We'll see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.